Hi friends, I'm Scott Giles and welcome to Power Talk, my podcast here on Facebook Live and YouTube. I cover topics related to hypno-coaching, spirituality, and the hypnotic arts and sciences in general. If you'd like to know more about my professional work, I hope you do, or you'd like to sign up for my free e-newsletter Power Lines, check out my website, which I'll tag at the end of this video. Well, today I want to talk about the danger on getting too focused on receiving praise. Now, we all do that. When you are a child, all children adore hearing the adults in our world praise us, and that's how we know that we're important. And a big chunk of our self-image is formed at that time. So those of us who grew up in praise-rich environments tend to have a better sense of self-worth than those of us who grew up in a praise-impoverished family. On the other hand, it's also true that too much of anything is bad, and if parents were all praise and no discipline, well, then they raise a person to be spoiled and entitled, and certainly that's a bad thing. Yet regardless of your childhood, as an adult, you want to be appreciated. I know I do. Most people put some care into how they put themselves together and how they dress and act. Most people make a good faith effort to do their work responsibly, and it's simply nicer when others perceive the care we have taken and remark in an approving way. Sometimes I think this is the reason why so many of us love our animal companions as we do. We are their whole lives, and we possess magical things like warm blankets and can openers. We are their everything, and they show their appreciation for that with affection. As animal guardians, we love that our animal companions recognize the care we give them, and that is a form of praise, and we adore it, or at least I do. But there is a danger. There's a danger in becoming too focused on being praised, and I've seen this happen to a lot of people. There are often times when the right thing to do is not the thing that's going to bring about praise from others. As a business owner, you might have to lay off employees in order to keep the company afloat. It's the right thing to do, but don't expect anyone to thank you. There are times when we may recognize that a romantic relationship is complete. Not that it was wrong or bad, but that it's run its course and there isn't a future, and we need to consciously separate. That can be the right and loving thing to do, but don't expect to be praised when you do it. So the first danger is wanting praise too much so that you do not do the right thing, because you know that doing the right thing will in fact cut off the flow of praise. The second danger is that people can become addicted to praise. Now, I don't know how general this is, but I've had a number of actors and performers as clients over the years, and some of them, not all of them, but some of them, can have a problem. They get off on the adulation of the audience to the point where they start to compromise their own artistic integrity. They accept roles they probably should let pass. They face a situation where they could make a joke and harvest the laughter, or they could say something that needs to be said and the joke wins. Not because the joke is right, but because the craving for praise, the praise and the laughter, outweighs the desire to speak the truth. I've seen a number of critics fall into this regard. Instead of saying something meaningful about the play or the movie, they make the joke because they know it'll get a laugh. The joke wins. But actually, they should have said something else because there was good stuff there. But the joke won. Now, I get the temptation. I was a parish minister for many years, and there is something really reinforcing when you get praised for having done something effective. Everyone likes that. The danger is when you crave that sort of praise, when you get hooked. Because every time you respond to praise, your brain gives you a little hit of a hormone called dopamine, your body's natural euphoriant. And it feels good. But craving that dopamine hit can put you into an addictive cycle. I sometimes wonder if the reason people become daredevils or take up risky pastimes is because they want that dopamine hit when they successfully achieve the top of the mountain or the top of the rock climbing wall or whatever. Now, certainly, one of the reasons why people can get hooked on praise is they didn't get the affirmation they needed growing up and so seek it as adults. Completely understandable. But living your adult life, trying to make up for the deficiencies of childhood, does not strike me as a good plan. How I personally handle this is to tell myself that, well, my upbringing was far from perfect, but at least it's over. I often make a little joke about this. I say, I no longer seek to fulfill my childhood fantasies. I'm working on my adolescent fantasies instead, and they're a whole lot more fun. And yes, I'm kidding. A thought which has been useful for me comes out of classical Stoic philosophy, and it's called memento mori, or remember that you are mortal. As one of the greatest of the Stoic philosophers, and my fave, Marcus Aurelius, reflected it, he said, Alexander the Great was regarded as the most wonderful and powerful person in the world during his life, but when he died, he rests in the same earth as his servants. We all face the great equality of mortality. Ralph Waldo Emerson, a minister of my own denomination, said much the same thing in his poem Earth Song. When you feel that you want to pursue the praise of others, remember that praise will not last, nor will it shield you from your mortality. Therefore, perhaps spending your time hooked on praise may not be the best choice. Perhaps attention to the quality you bring to the world through your relationships, progeny, and legacy will matter more. Hey, thank you for your time and attention today. I'll be back next week with another talk on a different subject. You're invited. It does help me if you let others know about my work and my videos, so please like, share, and subscribe. And of course, if I can be of help to you, feel free to reach out through email, my website, or my Patreon channel. Have a great week.